Hello and welcome to another episode of the Thicc Podcast, um, where we look at the Discord World Cup and the results that it gives us, and try to make an analysis and maybe even some predictions. My guests are Kirlis Army, as always,
Hello.
and the great Nakezuma,
Hello.
who is a mainstay of the Greek team for the last 2 years in the World Cup, and multiple times top 8 in Kotes, uh, top
An honorable
4,
Hatamoto
Top
or a
16. Top
dishonorable
16.
Hatamoto.
top 16, yeah. Hatamoto, the first, I think, Greek Hatamoto.
Yeah, the first
Yes, that would be correct. Back in Cork in 2019.
And you also have the insane achievement of playing Destiny simultaneously with L5R during an elemental championship.
Well, it was the Greek Grand Championship, uh, and they were both running at the same time. And well, yeah, I really wanted to play in both tournaments. So on some rounds, the times coincided, but I could play fast enough to finish both games within the time limit.
Star Wars Destiny and the 5 are both.
Yeah, too bad Destiny got cancelled by FFJ, so now it's just L5R for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
F.
Well, I've seen Dimitris playing both games in Krakow. He tried to run his L5R game fast so he can play Destiny, and then he qualified for both games, and he wanted to play in both cuts.
I actually did. Here's what happened then. The Destiny Top Cut started quite a bit earlier than the L5R, and I just went to see what were my chances there because that would be my only chance for that year to play in a Destiny Top Cut. But I got a very unfavorable matchup, so I kind of scooped after just one game because I knew I wouldn't be winning this, and I wanted. I thought that okay, let's go play L5R instead because there is no chance here.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. So we will have a big Discord League World Cup talk today. We will start from the first round. We will cover the whole thing. We will talk about the matchups. We will talk about the wins that each clan has, what decks the players usually prefer. We will talk about some games that we spectated. We will talk about everything.
Perfect. So, first things first, I think we can see some trends of the meta shifting in the last 2 rounds of the World Cup. Um, Everyone decided to bring Demagogue's High House of Light deck.
Yeah, most of them are like direct copies of it. 10 of 19 decks are the same copy that he played in the LLO tournament.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it was pretty hyped up, and he made the finals of all 3 or 4 events he played in, so the deck was looking completely busted. It makes some
Yeah,
sense.
and thing is that everybody can master and play this deck because it's not hard to play. It's kind of uh, I don't
What?
difficult to master maybe.
Yeah, it's
I think that you can get up to a certain level with it with not such a big amount of effort, but to I think that there is a plateau, and to truly become a master with it, you have to be either put in the time or just be the original creator Demagogue. You
Yeah,
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you need to be Demagogue himself.
I think it's one of those decks where when you pick it up, the skill floor is really high. You start off really strong, but also it has a very big ceiling. It's not like, let's say, current Crab, where a handicapped grandma can play it a bit worse than Enegon or Mozi.
Yeah, I can get some of my old relatives to get and play crab and win, and maybe win a tournament. Yeah,
Well,
just quick cards.
the thing about Crab is that they get so much resources in that deck. You know, I mean, Envoy and the Quartermaster, uh, coupled with Common Cause, Funeral Pyre, and etc. It's a resource overflow that other clans find it very hard to compete with, and that really reflects to the Crab win rate so far in the World Cup.
I don't think that it's so much about the resources by themselves. It's more like the stats the crab can throw out in turn 1 if he finds a Kunilab or 2, and also the insanity of the card that is Butcher of the Fallen uh,
Yeah, it
makes
can
them way
seal
too
games.
dominant.
It can seal games. This card can seal games without doing anything. You just click, play it. You just defend the whole game, and then you get the card. He's like easily to play. He has rally. I don't know. I mean, consistency comes from the cards that you have in Dynasty. And right now, Crab has Yasuki, he has Envoy, he has Quartermaster, he has Butcher of the Fallen. I mean, I just said 15 cards of a 40 consistent card deck. I mean, the consistency is there. Then it has like key holdings like Iron Mine, Cooling Lab, Funeral Pyre. The deck rolls itself, and your opening hands are always good because you have the stronghold to fix that.
Yeah, and
You probably mean the open hand dynasty wise, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, this is further exacerbated by City of the Rich Frog, which gives them, lets them see another two cards
uh,
additionally from their dynasty per turn until it gets broken, of course.
Yeah, you
you are
make the deck
correct,
roll
but many
faster.
of them are also playing Sensei's Last Hope
Yeah,
because
that's
they are
wrong.
bad
That's wrong.
players.
That's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's bad.
but
That doesn't make
if
sense.
if we assume that everyone plays City of the Rich Frog eventually, then the deck becomes even stronger because it is in that weird spot where turn one the chances of it breaking two provinces is really big, but when it enters the second turn, it is not behind on resources because of Gallant and Envoy, and it has the chance to flip a Butcher and just attack and break without you being able to do anything against it. If you play something like a Crane or a Phoenix, you are not able to contest, no matter what.
Well,
And
Scorpion also don't have a guy that can defend against Butcher. I mean,
yeah,
maybe if you play Aramoro and break one first turn and then buy him. But yeah, who buys Aramoro second turn?
yeah, you can't even do that because of Way of the Crab, right?
Yeah.
So for the most part, it's just an uncontested break where you can't even play a Forsame as Scorpion to
Well,
bow him.
well, I think that what we're seeing with Crab is that the fact that they just have answer to everything. Okay, you can't go around killing their guys because Iron Mine. Uh, you can't really go attacking their hand because they can get card advantage with stuff like the Yasuki, the Funeral Pyre plus Envoy. You can't really attack their skills because, okay, they're huge crap guys. And you can't really try to control them with some sort of bow and stuff because they have all that threaten with common cons and if they're still playing the Witch Hunter, which also will give them Fate and card with the Quartermaster and Envoy.
The problem is also that, let's say Dragon, okay? People have been taking for Dragon. Like you put Mark of Shame and Double Sacrifice, and suddenly the Dragon looks weak. You can take for it.
Yeah.
There are some play arounds at least, but for Crab, well, it's almost untakeable.
Well,
Like it has a blank in Student of Anatomies. It doesn't care about kills. It is really strong stat-wise, and the matchup spread of Crab is insane because you almost auto-win against Unicorn, you almost auto-win against
Lion?
like Lion. It's it doesn't even
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
losing
the Lion
matchup.
Tower.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
the Lion Tower
Scorpion
dies.
is 60-40, Scorpion favored at worst, and everything else is
no.
insanely Crab favored.
Here's the thing. Right now, Crab have faced 4 Scorpions in the World Cup, and they've beat all 4 of them.
Yeah,
And
but
and
we will talk
okay,
about World Cup results. I think
one card that Scorpion has that could that helps against the Crab is the new guy Governor Spy
yeah, you can stack them.
because you just flip all those nice holdings Crab has face down and suddenly Hida Garden is blank. Suddenly they can't get their keeper out, uh, etc. But the thing is that if they have a student of anatomies, they can just blank you. So, yeah,
Yeah, that solves many things. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so what about the crab in the Discord League World Cup? Okay, so most of the crabs play Crabbits with Dragon Splash, of course, with minor changes from one to another. We have 3 crabs playing Scorpion Splash. Um, these builds are unique; they are different to each other, and we have the best. I mean, my eye caught Brazil's deck, and I have Aqua's deck, which he plays Blitz Crab here with Prepare for War, Strength in Numbers, Take Up Command. Yeah, that's pretty unique. I want to see it in play. I didn't spectate the game, so I need to I need to see more of this.
Uh,
Um,
Honestly,
yeah,
it's really nice to see different builds, but the Dragon is by far the strongest.
yeah, but I mean, Brazil has unique builds.
Yeah, it always has.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I like that. It's kind of my style, but it's a team.
hmm, yeah.
It's a whole team playing playing weird things.
Hey, we are also playing weird things.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Don't just give them the credit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not talking about ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
well, it's good for the meta of a game where when there is a diverse environment with multiple decks from each clan, because you don't know you don't always know what to expect. Uh, that's going for the game in general, and not for the World Cup because okay, we have open lists.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next thing is Lion. Lion is playing tower mostly. If you exclude me, guys, I don't play Honoran. It just happens. Okay. So Holyfield, Brazil plays a pure Honoran deck.
Yeah. He played the same
Uh,
last year. He's a non-run specialist.
Yeah, he's an non-orange specialist. I've seen this deck going to 22 last year. We played versus Brazil, and he was really scary. This year he makes it happen. He has the tools to make it work. Um, so I wish a good luck to the Brazilian players that win their own unique style. Um, uh, Most Scorpions try to play the new buffed city. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think Kyuden Bayus is far better right now.
Well,
That's Sports Edict.
from the Scorpion point of view, I'm sort of a mixed bag because I am playing City in the World Cup,
Mm-hmm.
but normally my viewpoint is for the restricted list, okay, there's a dict, and for the rest it's effectively a ban list. Okay, but I can understand the mentality that says, okay, City is strong enough to warrant the restrict list spot, but I think that the best Scorpion deck is still out there. I don't think someone has found it. I really enjoy playing my Kyuden Bayushi Lions Class, and I have had some good results with it, but I'm not sure this is the best Scorpion deck, and that's why I'm not playing it in the World Cup. I'm essentially trying something out with City.
So Unicorn goes full offensive. Uh, I had my eye on Eric's deck, which is Shinzo Zero. Playing,
Scouted terrain?
he plays Scouted Terrain, yes.
Yes. I gave that build a try. In the beginning, I thought it was better than HMT for the World Cup,
Mm-hmm.
but HMT is much better than people think, and I just believe that Unicorn is lacking in deck builders and players, uh, and they just pick the easy way out of praying to the gods for the scouted terrain.
Right now that the eminent provinces are up, they make their their lives easier.
True,
Just
it makes a huge difference.
flipping three um, provinces, and you can just trick your opponent and play Scout the Ren inside the conflict, playing chasing the sun and breaking a province or a
Have I ever
stronghold.
done that to you? How do you know the
I
combo?
don't know. So,
Well,
Something to talk about when mentioning World Cup results. The average playing level, if you include all the teams, is pretty average. It's not the top level decks you would expect to see in the top card of a big Kote. So take that with a grain of salt. For example, it's not like Lion are the second best deck in the game because they have the second most wins in the World Cup. It's more about Lion are really easy to play if you play the tower build. So a mediocre player with a tower Lion will beat a mediocre Phoenix player, even though that won't be the case in the higher level play.
so what you're saying is that in the Swiss, the deck strength and individual clan strengths are more important than player skill because
Not
of
exactly.
the diversity of players, but in the top cut we will see high level play and am I understanding this right?
Yeah, like in the top cut, we will see the actual power of each deck based on the win rates. But now we are
we
seeing
can see the worst
how
opponents as
easy
well.
is a deck to play effectively. Is it easy? If it is easy, then the bulk of the players will play it well enough to win against their opponent.
Yeah, so I think that it will determine the Swiss winner. I think the best decks will determine the Swiss winners. I mean, the team that will have 5-0 will be the best composition of decks, and that makes a team go through the wins and stuff.
Yeah,
So we need to talk about Phoenix. Phoenix plays Charged Bird, whatever. Okay, Echo's Bird. They try to play Echo's Bird. They also try to play Pass Phoenix. I played Pass Phoenix versus my deck in the second round of the World Cup, and we can see a boring Phoenix deck from USA with Dragon Splash. Okay, nothing special here. Yeah, I don't know. It's boring. I find it boring.
it is.
It's probably the Five
Yeah,
Fires.
it's a Five Fires deck. It's solid, but it's boring. Yeah, okay. I like Flippa's version of Echoes better than any other Phoenix.
I
Well,
think
I've always been a fan of Chris Potter's theory regarding the game, so him playing this Phoenix that you mentioned probably means to me that this is a very reliable deck.
Yeah, it is reliable, but it's boring. I didn't say it's not good.
I
Yeah,
think the
okay.
best build is Five Fires because
Yeah,
Return
everybody's
to the
playing Five
Brotherhood
Fires.
actually changed a lot of the matchups. Return to the Brotherhood, the province.
Yeah.
It's insanely strong.
What is very upsetting about this is if you attack with guys with no faith and they get swept out, the guys you get as replacements are back home. They're not in the conflict, but the Phoenix's guys, he can assign them as defenders
Yeah,
because the reaction is before the declared defender step.
That's
yes,
correct.
and you can also combo it with Five Fires to fuck him up right before he attacks Stronghold.
Yeah, but thing is that if you get to the stronghold, the Phoenix stronghold, and you haven't broken enough provinces, your opponent can all out with his characters. You will do the return, and then he will all out with his next swarm of characters, as we see.
Yeah, that's possible,
Yeah,
but
that's possible. But
at this
if
point
you
you
don't
need
have
two
one,
attacks and to be on Stronghold
mhm,
against a deck that can Five Fires you earlier. So you need turns. It gives them a
yeah,
turn almost.
you can also play negates to
True,
stop 5 hours. Yeah,
big true.
because you don't see the Gisei Toshi combo anymore. You don't see it around, so
Yes.
it's fine. That's
Uh,
the thing.
there is also, I think, like they're kind of undervalued. The Phoenixes. They seem to be pretty strong still. They have decent matchups. I think maybe their weakness is Crab because uh, at the end he can butcher for the stronghold with an Iron Mine, and Iron Mine they retire to the Brotherhood and it's over, no matter what.
Mhm.
But as a total, they're pretty strong still. By the way, on the topic of Crab, there is something I want to put out there. There's the new card called Lost Papers that was revealed, spoiled, which
The
is
rally card, you mean?
Rally. After this card is revealed in a province, choose a character with the most fate on it. Bow that character.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
that is
Imagine me
fucking
playing the next round.
huge.
Yeah, imagine me playing the next round, and I'm like, okay, my characters do not have fate. You have a character that you put two fate on him. I rally, I flip a good card on it. I play the card, I bow your character. I'll play my turn like nothing happened, and that's it. That's a
What's
three X.
fascinating with this card is it's a reaction on reveal. You can take so it doesn't cost you tempo.
Yeah, it is also zero fate. You lose nothing. You just
You
tap.
can lose the passing fate. Yeah, you can lose the
No, no,
passing
no.
fate.
It's reaction. It's not even an action. You don't lose anything.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it's
So,
even bigger.
So it's like a blank card with rally that actually does something.
That's something huge.
yeah, you can use it. If you don't want to use it, you just let it
Well, this
turn.
is obviously, remember the text, it's the biggest guy.
The one with the most fate.
The one with the
Okay.
most.
You can choose, probably, in case of a
Okay,
tie.
so that is probably uh, very consistent in Unicorn because they never buy guys with faith.
Yes, Unicorn HMT. And Scout
And
Leader,
Yeah, you just flip cards and you win.
as well
yes,
as Crab, and I think that's
but,
it.
well,
Okay,
the
this
thing
card,
And
this
Honor
is,
and
card
Lion.
shouldn't be a rally and shouldn't be a reaction. That's it. That's the thing.
well, the thing is that we're getting so many rally cards that we're crossing we're leaving the area of rally equals auto include behind us because uh,
Yeah, you
I
cannot play
think
a 60 composite deck.
Yeah,
I think that we can't just you have to remove cards in order to put this in, and the slots are really getting tighter. I mean, theoretically, this would work very nice in my Scorpion deck because Scorpion maybe buys guys with one or nothing most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
But if I play this, if I play Dispatch, if I play Holdings for card draw, am I going to end up with like 25 guys?
Yeah,
uh,
okay.
you
Your deck,
shouldn't
25
care
Verilog.
about that.
your deck can thin very quickly, but instead of playing holdings, you can play cards like Rally that are very reliable, and you can pick some of your best characters, like a match of 23 characters, and consist from Rally to these characters. I mean, you can play like 15 Rally cards and key characters that makes you win. So you will play a 25 deck. You need to think
I
about
disagree with
the rallies.
Kirlis' approach. Because it's like, if a rally pops a rally, then you're done. So I think like maybe we increase deck size a bit. We go
No.
to
If a rally
43
pops a
cards.
rally, it pops a rally. No. Only with Season of War you don't pop a rally.
No. If you rally and the
Only
rally activates a rally, you don't get another rally.
yeah,
They don't stack.
that's why someone, I think Imperial Advisor, did the math about the optimal number of rally cards you can put in your deck, and they put it at between 6 and 9.
Yes. But
So,
Six is fine. Six is
there
fine.
is the big brain play where you just up your deck. As you up your deck, the chances of a rally getting a rally become smaller. So you play 8 rally cards in a 43 card deck or in a 42 card deck. And for example, Lost Papers, just imagine it in HMT and oh, I need the Lost Papers this round. Okay, Season of War, boom, Lost Papers. It combos like that as well. And it
Yeah.
combos with City of the Rich Frog. And rally won't be auto-include, but if you want good rallies, I think we will see builds with maybe even up to 9 or 10 rallies. And this card is bonkers to deal with towers. Like,
I,
it looks to
um,
me like they saw people complaining about towers and they said, let's print this. It's okay.
Okay, so imagine this: playing Rich Frog, and the first and the third card is a rally, so you get 5 cards.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, you get 5 cards.
that really makes a Dynasty deck out much more often, especially with the season and everyone playing 3 copies of season.
Yeah, You can
Yeah.
mill your dynasty again and again. I mean, some decks don't really care, like Lion, like Unicorn that wins in turn 3 or turn 2.
Yeah. Some
Does it
decks
matter?
really don't
Does it
care.
matter? Yeah, doesn't matter if I get to win in the second turn or the third turn. Does it matter if my deck is 20 cards or 10 cards? It
Well,
doesn't.
the only thing that matters is when it is out of cards and you lose 5. Uh,
Yes.
Yeah, that by
and
chance doesn't happen often. So yeah, I don't know.
well,
You're
So
correct, but
mhm.
if a deck cares about that, let's say Kravitz gets decked out, which is a possibility, they will just play like two Slovenly Scavengers and be like, yeah, don't worry about that.
yeah, we will win that conflict.
The thing is that I think that Crab is really loath to reshuffle their dynasty because they lose all the rebuild targets.
Yeah, it's not perfect,
Okay,
but if you have
but
rebuild on
yeah,
your hand, you
they
rebuild
have the tools
first.
to save them from losing. That is true. I mean, everyone has Slovenly. I don't think I have made a deck without a Slovenly scavenger ever since it got printed.
Mhm.
At least one copy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So next thing is Crane. Crane is playing duel festivals. Yeah, I mean tons of duels. We have our guy playing a dishonor version of Crane, but that's not the majority. The majority is the duel thing. Um,
the
we can also
majority is bad.
Rain is in a really tough spot right now because duels are really dependent on having a big guy that can win them. And right now there are several clans who can field someone to actually outforce the Crane's big guy.
yeah. So I just linked the Australian Crane deck here. We need to talk about this. It's really unique. I haven't seen anything like it.
Spreading the darkness. Ooh.
So he plays one Kalu Asagaru. He is going full duels. He's going for two duels to the death, one noble sacrifice. So he has Toshimoko for his restricted card. It's kind of unique. I mean, I really like it. It has a point.
Well, the spreading the darkness can really go a long way into making the guy big enough to win the duels they play. So
That's correct.
I think I like this philosophy. On the other hand, a 42 dynasty with no season of war. Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
also no rally cards in general. Okay.
yeah. Well, I
That's,
don't think that.
yeah, like, that's not optimal, probably.
Well, it probably needs some polishing, but the philosophy it could be sound. I don't know. Maybe people should take some ideas from this and see if they can build upon them.
So the Australian player should play three proving grounds. I mean, he plays a ton of duels. It doesn't matter if you flip three storehouses at the same time that proving ground sticks. It can provide you for two cards per round. He can also go for three duelist trainings. He can also play more duels from the crane side, like I don't know, reliable cards like Return the Offense, maybe. So he focuses on getting the Toshimoko staying in the field for too many rounds so he can win. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
It's an interesting concept, and spreading the darkness is really um, a card that it people don't think about it enough, even though it could be an answer in some metas, you know? It's pretty
Yeah, yeah.
forgotten.
Uh, I think this is the case with several cards. I mean, right now, I always think back to make an opening for
Mhm.
Scorpion, which is very, very overlooked. But if you set it right, the four-point swing is massive. And spreading the darkness is another card that is a four-point swing. And it actually doesn't really need the setup, but people see the lose to honor as very steep because of the years of Scorpion dominance, I think.
Yeah, but it's not bad in a Crane deck or a Lion deck. I mean, they honor out themselves, so you can play X3 of them. It doesn't matter. It,
Yeah.
it, it really doesn't matter. And if you play versus Scorpion in
Yeah,
the
you don't play them.
matchup, you don't use it, or you use it once maybe. I mean, the guy doesn't play Assassination, so who cares? Oh, he plays one. Okay. So yeah, he can just not use the right cards in the conflicts versus the Scorpion. That's okay. So we covered up all the clans here. So we will talk about results and how much does every clan wins. So we have an overall win rate and lose rate versus each specific clan that Dimitris make.
Uh,
And he will he will be making for the whole Discord World Cup Swiss round. So
yes.
we will link the stats in our video for people to see. Um, so let's see.
Okay, so right now that we're making this recording, I have put in the results from the whole first round, as well as the three matches that have ended from the second round, which is Spain versus Wales. I think this was a 7-0 victory for Spain. Greece Scotland versus Scotland, which was a 7-0 victory for Greece. And Singapore versus Wales, which I think ended in. It was a very tough matchup and went 4-3 for Sweden. Right?
Okay. So
So,
yeah,
uh, so
before we do
okay.
that, we need to say some things about the victories of the first round. So Germany won Netherlands. They were 3-3, and the Lion matchup determined the winner. I saw that match. It was really exciting. Sadly, Netherlands lost, so Germany got their first victory there. So Chill lost to Scotland. I've seen Robbie's match. It was like, yeah, he sworn better than the other guy. Um, so we had Canada and Switzerland. I didn't see any of their games, sadly. Um, I watched Brazil. I've seen the Lion guy. I've seen the Crab guy playing versus Sweden. Um, they went 5-2. I saw Italy and USA matches. I've seen like five of them. Sadly, Italy lost due to some bad plays. They were playing defensively, and at some point they didn't need to, so they lost the games. We had Australia playing versus England. It was really close. It was a close matchup for each player. We had Singapore versus Wales. Wales dominated Singapore. I think they started the games like 4-0 for Wales, and then the score set up. We played versus Austria. We went 6-1 with our Crane guy losing.
We had a bit of revenge to take for last year.
Mm-hmm. So I've seen Kunibeti playing a themed Sukenza deck. I really liked it, but I think she should play the new stronghold for the crab. The really close matchup was, I think it was the unicorn one versus Demagogue, because he could like dominate Demagogue's dragon easily because he's swarming. But the deck lost his pump like in third or fourth round, so it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's a common occurrence with a unicorn, I have seen.
Yeah.
Live fast, die young.
It loses its steam. Yeah. So Spain dominated France with 6-1, having only the Crane matchup losing for Spain. I think Spain is the best team around right now. I don't know if you guys agree.
Well, they're certainly going very strong, and they have several top-level players. I mean, they have the Shogun, for instance, but not only him. They have very strong players. Probably the best decks that can be made for its clan. So, yeah, that's a solid assessment.
Yeah, they are solid. They are solid. So, and we had the Philippines winning the mighty Bai guy. Yeah. So we are heading to the World Cup second round. So right now, as the scores are submitted, we have Germany winning England 3-2. Spain dominated Wales with a 7-0, like Dimitris said before. USA winning 3-1 versus Brazil. I don't know if this can turn around.
That comes to me as a bit of a surprising result. Brazil, in general, is pretty strong. I expected more of a fight.
If Zorzor can win Handsome Dan, I don't think it's possible versus the Lion Tower.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about it.
I expected more of a match, to be honest, between those two.
Yeah.
Switzerland and the Philippines are 1-1. We destroyed Scotland 7-0. The Dutch are up 3-0 versus Chile. Canada is winning 1-0 against France. Sweden barely beat Singapore. And Australia are 2-1 over Austria.
So yeah, having only put in data from complete the pairs, that's about 24 games per for each clan. So what we're seeing is I'm going to start clan by clan in alphabetical order, which means Crab, Crane, Dragon, Lion, Phoenix, Scorpion, and Unicorn last but not least. So Crab is having the best win rate of all clans. 70% of the games if you take out mirror matches.
Ouch.
They have 100% win rate versus Crane, Scorpion, and Unicorn so far. And for some reason, they seem to be struggling against Phoenix.
I think
they have won 2 but lost 4.
It's one of those matchups where the Crab has to play around the Phoenix. So in top level, the Crab has an advantage, but I don't know what happens below that, you know?
I think I see what you mean. And the data for the Lion matchup and the Lion matchup is 50% one win and one loss, but it's too few games to make to exact concise results from this. Only two games. And like we said, I think it's the same with Dragon because it's three games. Crab have won two and lost one, but that is too little data to suggest a trend yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thing is that yeah, right now, yeah, versus Phoenix, that's weird. That's weird. I mean, yeah, it's 33%, and it's 6 matches total. It's not like 3 matches. So yeah, it was weird. I didn't see any games played, so I'm not sure what happened. um, so we can jump into Crane.
Yeah, Crane have the worst win rate excluding mirror matches. Only 35%. That's half the Crab win rate.
yeah. They seem to
They
be like
yeah
maybe the worst deck objectively.
yeah, I can see why you said that. As we said, they always lose to Crab. They also have a 0% win rate against Unicorn, but they have won against both Scorpions they played and never lost against Scorpions. So it looks to me like they have some resilience against the dedicated dishonor that everyone is playing in the World Cup.
Yeah, so I think it was wrong to play City in the World Cup in any way. So yeah,
Ah,
it, it's not about going in a big tournament and expecting 30 dragons. So you go with a Scorpion deck and win them. It's a World Cup, and everybody will play a single specific clan. That's it. It's 19 teams with 90 lions, 90 dragons, 90 phoenix, 90 cranes,
yeah, you have the same
and so it
chance
goes.
of
Yeah, yeah,
playing against
yeah. The same
any
chance.
clan.
Hmm.
That's something that people don't put a lot of thought in when making decks. For example, the, many people they focus so much on beating the top clan or improving on their weakest matchup instead of accepting how the format is and playing to their strengths.
So they leave themselves open to things that they normally wouldn't.
Yeah,
Well, continuing with the Crane, they have losing scores against Dragon and Lion. 33% win rate. I believe that's because they're playing dueling and Dragon and Lion can put in guys that outforce them.
That's correct. That's correct.
And they have an even matchup with Phoenix, 2 wins, 2 losses.
Hmm. So Dragon Clan.
Dragon Clan strangely has a 50% win rate, which is uh, puts them on the same level with Unicorn in terms of success. As we have already discussed, they have a losing matchup with Crab, but too few games into really be certain of it.
and Phoenix.
They seem to be doing well with the Crane, and yes, they have a 0% win rate with Phoenix out of 2 matches played. They've lost both, but and they have won one game against Scorpion and in one match. But likewise, this is too small a data pool.
This is something that, like, you see Demagogue, you see him win the LLO, and you copy and paste it for the World Cup. And in the World Cup, you have a 1 in 7 chance of playing against Phoenix. And if you play against the Phoenix, you auto lose. whether he's Pass Phoenix or Five Fires, you will
Yeah, and
lose. There's
you also
nothing you
have
can do.
you also have a chance playing versus the Greek team. So
Yeah, and like we we know that the High House of Light deck can be meted against. There was also a post on complaining about High House of Light on L5 or whatever, the Facebook
yeah,
group.
yeah, I'm
Guys,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We have
yeah.
been playing
The guys
against
were like,
Demagogue for 2 weeks before you. Our decks, if we want to, we really know how to beat it. It's not that strong. You can honor run it, dishonor it, noble sacrifice it with Mark of Same, play never yield in Unicorn. You can do a billion fucking things.
and you don't play that thing.
And you
So
play
yeah,
none of them. The only reason, like, with how people are not making their decks compatible, I get that maybe Dragon's win rate should be a bit higher, but guys, it's not an easy deck to pick up and play. Like, it's easy to pick up, but you need to play it perfectly to win the same way Demagogue does. So, if you try to play something that hard, respect it and practice it and prepare for your
Open the
matches.
hours.
Like, we are playing mock games against the Scotland and the Austrian decks to get an idea of the matchups and all that. And I don't see other teams doing that.
no. I've seen a lot of teams trying to train their matches and their matchups. No, you're wrong, Panos. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Well, at any rate, I think that this win rate definitely proves that maybe the High House of Light deck is not the tier zero thing that everybody
Yeah,
said it is.
but people
Yeah.
are having they're having mood swings. I mean, I remember when the Dragon Clan pack came out, and everybody was rating High House of Light 1 to 5, 1.5 to 5, a trash card.
I
That
am a
it's
god!
yeah, that it's similar to Zero Kitsuki and stuff. You people are fucking clueless. You are fucking clueless. We made an episode about the Dragon clan pack, and we said that it had possibilities, and Dragon players were raging 1 week before our episode uh, about how bad the clan is, and there he comes, your savior Demagogue, and makes a deck that wins.
Yeah. And it doesn't only win, it's like top 2, maybe.
Well,
The best one
you,
is Crab. At this point, anyone who disagrees is fucking clueless and doesn't play the game.
well, the thing about Dragon is that it's a deck that lets his opponents come to the stronghold and just stops them in their tracks there. Because you can't beat Mitsu that doesn't bow and can then also attack again after defending.
Yeah, there was also a conversation about how bad the new Mitsu is versus the
Yeah, I remember that.
the old one. Yeah, and everybody was screaming, "What the hell is that?" Everybody's is getting better Tsuko and better Hotarus and stuff, and
None of them saw play, only Mitsu saw play.
yeah, and Mitsu is not included in
Yeah.
High House of Light. So you Dragon players are clueless, and you should realize that this is not auto chess; it's L5R. You should play.
Well, at any rate, I think that after all this time they have picked up the hints, and this deck has some really oppressive plays like a policy debate React Dragon Tattoo,
Yeah.
which really does wonders removing the most important cards in your opponent's hand. And also counts as 2 cards played on the counter for to activate Mitsu and the Stronghold to keep Mitsu alive forever.
Yeah, but the deck needs content. I mean, you need to wait until you play the 5 cards that makes you win.
Yes,
I
you
mean,
can't just throw them at your opponent.
I will tell you about my games versus Ignithas. The
You are
Austrian guy.
talking about the
Yeah,
he
yeah.
bid
I played
low in
around.
order for you not to honor run,
No, no,
and
no, no,
then
no, no,
you
no, no,
just
no,
broke
no.
him.
I'm talking about the big plays. Well, there were 2 rings having fate. Okay, so he picked one that had 2 fate. He collected them. It was a poke attack, so he didn't play 5 cards. He had like 7 cards in hand, so it was like tight there. So I picked the next ring with fate, so he wouldn't have a chance to save Mitsu that had no fate on him. Um, I also played around Kazue, so yeah, okay. Um, so people need to train hard for Demagogue's deck, and that's the case about Dragon. That's the thing. I think we covered the whole topic about about the deck.
Okay, let's talk about
Yeah.
the Lion then. Lion has the second highest win rate, excluding the Emblem match as usual, with 60%.
Hmm.
And their win rate, they don't have such extremes that they don't have a matchup with 0% win rate, they don't have a matchup with 100% win rate. They do have a very solid matchups against Phoenix and Unicorn, with 3 wins and 1 loss on it. That's 75%.
That's not me. That's not me. I lose terribly versus Unicorn. It didn't happen to play versus it, so yeah, it's fine.
Okay. They have even matchups with Dragon and Crab, but okay, Crab is only 2 games played, so
No, 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 no,
yeah,
no. We are talking about
maybe
Unicorn?
Lion.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Lion. They are that deck where if you play tower deck and you are like a weaker team playing against a weaker team, the Lion with the billion attachments will win, most likely.
Well, it's the if you can put this tower in multiple conflicts, have it straightened. Yeah, games do tend to go in your favor,
Yeah, that's correct.
and I think that people haven't really okay. Uh, the top 2 decks we mentioned have natural tech against it because they both play Let Go.
Hmm.
But other than that, it's not really easy to tag against. I'm really surprised with the Phoenix matchup Lion has because theoretically tower decks should lose to 5 fires.
Many things should happen, but doesn't they don't happen. Yep, I don't
Okay.
know.
So yeah, moving on, we have Phoenix. Phoenix has the second lowest total win rate at only 41%. Uh, they have lost all games against Scorpion and Unicorn. Uh, as we said earlier, they are beating Dragon pretty solidly because 5-5 beats Mitsu. And as we also discussed, so far they have a winning rate against Crab, but losing a strangely bad matchup against Lion.
Yeah, maybe that's because some of the Honor Run Lions faced up against some of the past Phoenix, and you can guess how that matchup goes. The Lion
Well,
just
yeah.
Honor runs, and the Phoenix looks at him and says, "Please don't."
Can I say that how much I dislike the Phoenix Pass deck? I mean, uh, it's a deck that just refuses to play the game, okay? And I, I don't really see the appeal of playing something like that.
Yeah, I also don't like it. Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, moving out, moving
Moving
to
on
Normal.
to the Scorpion.
Yeah.
Scorpion are kind of struggling. Only 44% win rate so far. They haven't yet got a win against Crab, Crane, or Dragon. Okay, Dragon is only one game played, so yeah, maybe not jumping to conclusions yet. But they are beating Phoenix very consistently, as we just said. And
They also played a lot of mirrors. They played 8 mirrors out of.
that's 4 mirrors because
That's 4 mirrors. 4 mirrors.
yeah,
Okay.
4 wins and 4 losses.
All right. Right.
And yeah, people do seem to put the Scorpion on the same slots on their lists.
Yeah, if you win. Yeah, you win.
But the Crab matchup is really a struggle for an unpolished Dishonor deck because of the fact that okay, I think that Crab can just sometimes go for the airing with impunity and prevent you from this condition, and they also can just dishonor you. Okay, now that we have lost duty, even though we have the new, we have the old city back. It's
Old City without duty and without Forzidic this bad.
it's not bad, but it's still a very strong stronghold effect. But the thing is that first turn you are essentially defenseless, and as we have discussed, Crab can really make phenomenally strong first turn plays, and I think that they just set themselves up for victory there and put themselves in an advantage that helps them win.
Yeah, correct. So moving on to Unicorn.
Okay, Unicorn is last but not least in our discussion about the World Cup results. They have, like Dragon, a 50% win rate. They also have played 3 mirror matches, which is the second highest amount after Scorpion. And they have very solid matchups against Phoenix because, yeah, Consumed does nothing to them. And Crane, because I guess they can just show them an open hand and send them home in crucial battles and not let them duel them.
There
Also,
are a lot of factors, yeah.
and also they're playing Stay Your Hand because they really don't want to get involved in those duels.
Something I want to say about Unicorn is that I think the widespread Dragons plus HMT is not the optimal, not anywhere close to the optimal, and we will soon have a Unicorn HMT special where we discuss alternative builds and the good and bad parts of them.
Yeah, so people will see different builds and different um, ways to win the game from top players that play Unicorn. Yeah, the special will be nice. I won't be there. I'm just teasing it.
Yeah, are
Advertising.
you getting Yoritomo Alex for that?
Yoritomo
Yeah.
Alex, Balaviaris, Dirty Deeds, and me.
Yeah, so yeah, that would be really fun to listen to. But yeah, the thing is that back in Unicorn performance so far, they have been playing a lot of dragons. with an even win rate. And can you share some thoughts about that, Panos?
It is an even matchup. If you have the deck build like mine. If you play the more widespread builds, I think Unicorn loses, like a lot. So it's more that dragons don't know how to play than anything else for it to be even with the unicorns they had to face. But it's
So,
still
what
early
would you
on, I'd
say
say.
that what are the what do you think is the difference between your deck and the mainstream unicorn deck that makes the difference against dragon?
Well, first of all, the mainstream decks don't play strength in numbers or way of the open hand. They only play Let Go and Mirumoto Fury. Mirumoto Fury is dead. I play hand to hand instead of Let Go. And I can lock them better with Crone. I have Never Yield for the duelist trainings. I have Stay Your Hand for the polished debates, and they
Stay your
just
hand
can't
also
play
helps
the
against
game.
train a lot. I think that many unicorn should play it.
Yeah, but they play Dragons Plus because why bother changing your deck for the last 2 years, you know? Check. So, uh,
And wait a minute, what is your restricted card in this?
I don't play a restricted card.
Oh man.
Not my fault. Blame the restricted list.
Yeah, neither I do. Who needs restricted list
That's
cards?
mainstream, bro.
We can
Okay,
win without restricted list card. That's the case. Easy peasy.
In
lemon
general,
squeezer.
it's kind of early to call out the win rates, the big victors, and the indications of the World Cup. I think maybe once we have the data for the second and the third round, it will even out because some of the
Yeah,
matchups, some of the
right
results are
now,
kind of weird.
uh, right now we only have data for from 24 games, 24 matches essentially. But by the end of round three, we will have 57, I think, which is more than double what we have right now.
Yeah. So,
So
people, I think that's it for the episode. Uh, don't worry about it. We'll have more for the World Cup. The subject won't change. Not many tournaments are going on, and I hope
We do
you.
have the Greek quarantine league that will probably head into the top eight stage next week.
Yeah. If you're worth your salt, those results will be actually pretty important. Like we are talking about high level players there. I didn't even make top 8 because I was trying too many different builds in the Swiss. Fuck.
yeah,
Well,
I don't think I made the top. Did I? Did
No,
I
you didn't.
make
well,
top eight?
right now you are in sixth place, but there are several people still who haven't
Yeah,
completed their group stage matches.
yeah.
Uh,
I also tried different builds before. I mean I started the league like 06 or 07.
Just a quick clarification for listeners. This is a league where everybody plays everybody. It's not in a tournament, a Swiss tournament sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we had 18 players. We had some drops due to scheduling, and as you all know, real life comes first. And normally, people should have to play 17 matches. Every guy has to play everybody else, and that's the group stage. And after this finishes, the top eight, like in the basketball EuroLeague, will play a top cut.
Thing is, I like the amount of games played on a high level is something pretty rare. So the decks that come out of this looking strong actually are strong, you know. It's a pretty relevant tournament even with 17 players because we are talking about a very big game sample size. And yeah, when we have the results from that, we'll update them. We'll update you with them. So don't worry about it. And I think that's it for today.
For today, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks
Thank you,
to
Dimitris.
our dearest guest, and yeah, thank you for listening. If you are one of those 5 people who still are, bye.
Bye.
Farewell.